So we're talking about smart, value-driven goals. Now, I won't give too much away right now. I will just get straight into the content and share with you what that means and how I teach this as well. All right, slides, let's go. Okay, so we're going to kick off by talking about why goals are important and why goal setting works, how to brainstorm and actually get into your goals, the why framework that I teach to my clients, how to set in those time frames, a visibility around your goals, and getting it all to work and getting started. So before we kick off, for those who are new here tonight, I'd just like to share with you briefly about my journey, which is, here is me across my 3 pregnancies between 2014 and 2018. I was fortunate enough to have 3 beautiful boys, and throughout my journey, I put on and lost 57 kilos in total, which is absolutely amazing. So you can see my journey here going up and down the scales is like one big roller coaster over those 6 years of time. Now, throughout my journey of pregnancy and coming out the other side, I've always been inspired and loved health and fitness. It was always a side hobby for me. I had a corporate finance career, and I really just decided to live my passion, which is helping people live a healthier lifestyle, not just about exercise, not just about eating well, but coming up with how to organize your life a little bit more, how to have some more structure in your days. So I bring everything all into one, and this is my Fit for Life journey and my program that I have. Now, during the last lockdown in New South Wales last year, I got sitting back and really started to think about, why is it that people struggle so much with eating well and exercising? Why is it so hard? Why do people not just do what they know they need to do? So I started thinking about everything that people struggle with around healthy lifestyles. And I decided to build this into an online course. So everything that had helped me get to my success, I built into an online course which launched in January. So super new, very exciting. And these webinars that I bring to you are tiny little snippets of that course. So you can kind of see a little bit behind the scenes of what the course is about and what I teach within that. All right, so let's get going. So why have goals? Now, there's a couple of really main points that I believe is the most successful reason to have goals. It builds self-confidence, it increases your productivity, it helps you focus, it gives you motivation to succeed, it provides you the ability to be more informed and to make better decisions. When you know what your goal is, you know what you're striving for, you know what you're chasing, and that can be the difference between you actually completing and finishing and following through. So there's 5 main reasons why goal setting works. So this is the framework that I like to use. I love this little picture. I think it doesn't get any easier than this. Set your goal, make your plan, get to work, right? You've got to work for it as well. You've got to stick to it, and then happy days, you will reach your goal. So one of the first things, the reasons why goals really, really work is because it triggers your behavior. So when you have a really clear and compelling goal, it really enhances your focus towards that actionable behavior. So your goal should really motivate you. You should really want to achieve your goal. Goals guide your focus. And I strongly believe that whatever your mind believes, your body will achieve. So if you can really set in that framework of what your goal is and why you want to achieve that goal, your body will naturally follow through the progressions to make that happen. It'll just naturally start to flow and work in towards what you're looking to create. And your goals also create momentum. So seeing progress is really addictive. And this is why everyone is building a community, right? No matter what industry you're in, no matter what you do, whether you're in coaching circles, whether it's a team building environment at work, When we see other people succeed and thrive, it's like a Pygmalion effect. We all just want to jump on and do the same thing. We all want a little bit of a taste of what that is. And that's because one of the hormones released for us is dopamine. It's released into your brain after you get that little taste of a reward. And that's what builds the snowball effect. It's called creating momentum. And it's highly addictive. We want more of it. So this is why you'll often see that really high performers, people that really hit their goals quite often and very frequently, they're in circles. They surround themselves with the right people to help build that momentum, because we can thrive off each other as well. We're not all intrinsically driven. So we can really feel the vibrations and really just feel the great energy and support around us. And that's why community is so important and so successful. Now, having your goals aligned to your values. So the actions that you take or the actions that you avoid, these offer clues about your values, about your beliefs, what your challenges are, what your strengths and your weaknesses are, and that allows you to course correct and reset your goals if you need to. It's okay if your goals change over time. Just amend them. Keep them going with you. Don't give up on your goals. A lot of people, when your life changes a little bit, you think, oh, well, I can't have that anymore. I won't complete that now. That doesn't suit what I'm doing in this moment. It doesn't have to completely go away. It just needs to be tweaked and refined to your new situation. So self-mastery is really, really important within this as well. And that is around achieving your goals builds character. It develops your personality and how you show up in this world, who you want to be as a person. So while the process of goal setting is really important because it helps you really unearth and identify what's really important to you, what matters for you, pursuing your goals really builds your self-worth as well. And that is super, super important. Okay, so I'm sure I haven't told you anything too new that you don't know already. So how do we set these goals then? What is the point of this that we're talking about tonight? So I like to really start with a brainstorming session. You can see my little one has snuck out of bed already. I like to, start with a brainstorming session. Now, a blank piece of paper is all you need, okay? You don't need a fancy diary. You don't need to go and spend hundreds of dollars on stationery. You need a notebook and one pen. That's it, okay? Now, brain dump everything that comes out. No editing your ideas. Don't try and work out why you thought about it. Don't think it through too far. If it's come into your mind, you write it down on the piece of paper. Now, to help you get started into this mind frame, sit back, take some big, deep breaths. If you do breath work, take a few moments of doing your breath work. If you're unsure of what that is, you can just take 2 minutes to slow breathe in and out through your nose. You could do a silent meditation. You might even find it helpful to go and sit outside, do some grounding. That means where you're sitting on the grass, barefoot, connecting to nature, leaning onto a tree, those types of things. So you're really just earthing your body and sitting there and saying, what do I want to be? What do I want to do? What would I like to have? And when you start thinking about what do I want to be? What do I want to do? What do I want to have? And the ideas will just start flowing. So these will naturally come out and you'll end up with a mixture of what is going to be your goals. What would you like to have? What do you want to do? What do you want to be? What do you want to achieve? As well as aligning your values. Okay, so your personal values will come out in this exercise as well. And then what you want to do is you want to start crunching the why. Why do I want that goal? Why is this goal important? And the reason the why is important, more important sometimes than the actual goal itself, is because this is what's going to really drive your value.
Hey guys, sorry I'm late.
That's okay, no worries. Thanks for being here. So the why is really going to drive your value. Why do you want that goal? So having a SMART goal is important. We know that. We know we want it to be measurable. We know we want it to be achievable. We know we need to put some time factors around it. That's nothing new. And if that framework solely worked, then we wouldn't need to have this conversation right now, and everyone should be hitting every single goal and making it happen. What I believe is missing from this equation is the value behind it and really making that stick for you. So if you turn around, if I was working with a new client and they said to me, Simone, my goal is to lose 20 kilos by the end of the month, I would turn around and say, not achievable. It doesn't fit the SMART framework. Let's talk about something that's a little bit more realistic. We've got a week and a half until the end of the month. Let's go 5 kilos maximum, maybe even only 3, to be honest. But why do you want to lose weight? Oh, because it's Lisa's wedding in a couple of weeks and I would really like to just lose weight for that wedding. That's not a good enough reason. That might get you to the wedding in 2 weeks' time, but that's not going to help you change your life for long-term goals. That's enough to get you through to do, okay, I'm going to eat really clean for 2 weeks, or I'm going to do this shake diet or detox thing. These are those really short-term goals that come into it. But if you really want to make your life change for long-term success, you need to dig into that why really, really hard, to the point where it makes you emotional. It should feel like you want to cry, that you feel it that much. So much surface level goals are set, right? We want to lose weight. We want to put on muscle. We want to fit into a new pair of jeans or something like that. We rarely think about the real purpose of why does that matter? Why do you want to lose weight? Why do you want to put on that muscle? And a lot of the time, that's going to come down to a relationship, whether you want to feel better within yourself, your self relationship, which should always be number one before anything else, before your partner, before your kids, before anything else. It's got to be about you, because if you're not looking after yourself the best, you cannot look after anybody else to your fullest capacity. So really understanding why does it matter? If you've got young children, you might want to just be able to play with them and run around without feeling out of breath. Or you may want to stop being that sideline mum who's just sitting on the side of the pool, too scared to put on the swimwear, too afraid, too ashamed at the weight for those things. So you really need to dig deep into why it matters for that goal. Because day-to-day life is hard and you will fall off the bandwagon. We all do. We're human. It's exactly what is going to happen. So if you really want to stick to your goals, you've got to understand why you want it, because when those hard days come, you're going to need to look back at that why and work out what it is to help you get through that day. We do want to set some time frames around our goals. We do need to be specific. We want to describe your goal in detail. You want to think about what it will look like when you have it. How does that feel when you have that goal? What is really driving you? Can you visualize what it looks like to be in that space? What will you be saying to yourself because we know that one of the biggest things we say to ourselves is we're so critical. We're very judgmental of ourselves. So how will you speak to yourself, and what are the thoughts you are going to have when you achieve that goal? Because being kind to ourselves is often one of the hardest things to do, but it's also one of the most rewarding at the same time. So knowing how you'll feel and how you're going to show up for yourself is very, very important. And how are you going to make it measurable? How are you going to know when you achieve that? So while it's important to say that you want to set a benchmark or a milestone to know that 5 kilos or 10 kilos of weight loss or muscle mass is important, it is really, really also, you need to measure it. So you need to have a time frame, an amount, and you've got to be specific for it as well. So this is our SMART framework that we're talking about here. So ensure that you have a date for this goal that you want to achieve it by, because you need to have something to work towards. All right, so visibility is accountability. I love this saying so much. So when you put your intention out to the world, we are more likely to strive for success. If you tell people what you are going to achieve, we're more likely to keep it going and be really, really strong on that, because we've put it out to the world. We've told people that we are going to turn up and that we're going to perform a certain way. We're going to hit that goal. So once we really present that, whether that's to your family, to your colleagues, inside a support group, if you're working with a coach, anyone like that, it's really, really important that you share with them what your goal is. Because if you want your goals to become reality, share them and put that intention out there. And to be honest, they're not going to hold you accountable to this. No one really cares if you achieve your goal or not. It's up to you. But when you set the intention out there to the universe, when you tell yourself it's going to start happening, that's when it will start happening. And just get to work. Start. Don't wait for the New Year's resolution. Oh, Easter's on the way. I'll just wait a couple more weeks until Easter's happened, and then I can have that chocolate binge, and then I can start my healthier lifestyle. Or it's my birthday in 6 weeks. I'll wait until it's my birthday. It's not my birthday in 6 weeks, but I could say it is in 9 months. So do I wait till my birthday's in 9 months before I start? No, you just get started. Just start now and deal with those barriers, hiccups,
sorry to interrupt. I just had a
as
quick
it
question.
goes through.
Just had a quick question. Is this
Oh,
not
yeah,
the
sure.
is this not the e-dating MILF webinar?
No, sorry.
Because I got this group off Tinder. I'm just a little confused.
Oh, okay. No, definitely on the wrong thing. We're talking about health and fitness here.
Not gonna
and goal
lie
setting.
though, Simone, you are pretty bad. What's your Snapchat?
Okay, so let's get going through. All right. So if you're looking for help and support with your health and fitness goals, the first step is I will have a 15-minute consult with you. We will be in a discovery session type situation, and I can really help you get clarity around the challenges that you've got. If you're not sure how to set your goals, if you're not feeling comfortable in really digging into that why and ensuring that you've got your values set there, book in a chat with me, free 15-minute consult, and I can help you dig into that a little bit more and just see where you're going with all those goals. And also on that call, we go through your current schedule, what's happening in your lifestyle, your goals, your challenges, all those types of things, and what's possible for you in the next 90 days. So then we'll dive into setting up a bit of a weekly or a fortnightly routine for you, when you're going to work out, when you can eat well, and all those sorts of things. And then we will finish up by just giving you some extra recommendations to stay one step ahead no matter what is going on. All right. So in order to make a healthy lifestyle for long-term success, you need discipline, you need structure, and creating these structures will really allow you to feel clear, confident, and excited about your future body and your health goals. Okay. So goals equals strategy, strategy equals action. It's 3 steps to take. There are smaller steps to take within that, but it's not too complicated. You just need to give yourself some time and some focus to be able to get through into that. Okay. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that information. I'm on time tonight, which is really, really great. If you want to connect with me, I am across Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn as well. Yes, LinkedIn. So feel free to connect with me whenever you like. I'm more than happy if you like to DM me or anything like that. I am going to stop screen sharing now and come back to you guys. I have no idea why we had some